When I first came to Mauritius, I made a lot of mistakes as an international student, and I'm going to share some of those mistakes with you so that you don't repeat the same mistakes, so that you don't fall in the same pitfalls, and hopefully you can avoid these mistakes before you come, even when you are here, because some of the mistakes I made them when I was here. As usual, I made a short list. I like writing things down so that I don't forget. So I'll be referring to my list of mistakes. There are 10 actually. I picked 10. I only picked 10 mistakes that I'm going to share with you. The first mistake was to pack too much. I packed a lot of clothes which were unnecessary considering the tropical weather here in Mauritius. It's totally unnecessary to pack a lot of stuff because the weather here is tropical. Like right now, it's winter is beginning. It's not very cold. It's not really cold. You don't need big jackets. You don't need heavy jackets. I packed 2 heavy jackets, and those jackets took a lot of space in my suitcase. They are still here. I've never worn them in Mauritius. They are the kinds of jackets you wear when you are in the UK or in one of those cold countries. So do not pack heavy clothes. And in relation to packing too much, I even exceeded the airline baggage. So I had to pay extra. Please do not exceed the airline baggage. Like when you book your flight, you get your flight ticket, right? Let me sip some water. And then in the flight ticket, they'll specify the limit of your baggage, maybe 25 kg and then 8 kg for your carry-on. It's just an example. You are not supposed to exceed that limit. You have to be within the specified baggage limit in your flight ticket. I did not observe that, and I think it's because I was not well traveled when I was coming to Mauritius. I of course I had been to other countries, but I didn't fly that much. So I packed lots of stuff. Like I said, my suitcase was very big. I put a lot of things inside. Unfortunately, they were too heavy. What will happen is that if you pack a lot of things, 2 things: one, you pay extra, or you'll be forced to remove some of the stuff so that you can meet the required limit. But then at the airport, when you remove your stuff, where are you going to put them? You see? So please just pack enough. You do not need a lot of stuff when you come to Mauritius. Just get enough things. You will buy some things here, okay? And then the third one, that was the third one. The first one was packing too much. And then the second was exceeding the baggage allowance. Now the third one was, in addition to the big suitcase that I took with me in the plane, I also sent an extra suitcase by Courier, which was a big mistake because I paid a lot. I sent it through DHL. I paid a lot of money when I was in Botswana to have the bag couriered to Mauritius. I sent the bag prior to my departure, and the idea was that the bag will find me in Mauritius, which it did. It came when I was already in Mauritius, but it was withheld at customs with a big fat charge. There was a big custom charge I had to pay. I think it was double what I paid when I had the bag couriered to Botswana. So don't send anything extra by courier. You will pay big time when your stuff arrive here. Do not courier an extra bag. You do not need an extra bag because it will be costly when it arrives here in Mauritius. Okay? That was that. And then the fourth mistake I made, let me just be comfortable. I am on the floor. I like sitting on the floor because it's cool. The fourth mistake I made was not researching Mauritius. Prior to coming here, I honestly did not research Mauritius. I didn't do any research. When I got my scholarship letter and admission for my university, immediately I started the visa application process, and then within 2 weeks I got my visa, and as soon as I got my visa, I left the country. I didn't have much time to do, because between submitting my visa application and waiting for a response, I had to clear some stuff out. I had an apartment. I was renting out an apartment. I had to clear some stuff, remove some stuff. So there was a lot happening, and it didn't cross my mind to research and understand Mauritius, especially the cuisine, the food, understand what kind of food they eat, the lifestyle. I did not research that, and it came as a huge cultural shock when I got here. It took me almost a year to adjust to the food here, because it's totally different from my food. So in your case, please research Mauritius, find out the food, the culture, the lifestyle. I'm sure you can find other videos, because I think I cannot cover everything, but I'm sure you can find some videos that talk about the local lifestyle here. It will help you in adjusting quickly and faster, because if you come here clueless like I did, it's going to be very difficult to adjust. It's going to take a long time to adjust. There will be a lot of things that will come to you as a shock. But if you watch a video or learn about the island before you come, I think it will be easy it will make it easy for you to adjust. Okay? Next mistake I made was to carry my passport around the island. Because I am a foreigner, I thought I needed to carry my passport everywhere in case maybe the police stopped me and asked for my passport. That is not the case. I carried it all the time, to the point that it was destroyed by rain. It was in my backpack and it rained, and then it got destroyed. The picture got destroyed and I couldn't use the passport. I had to request a new passport. And remember, we don't have an embassy here, Botswana embassy here in Mauritius. So it's a very long process to get a new passport. So yeah, back to the point. My point is, you do not need to carry your passport everywhere you go. You only need your passport if you are going to official offices where you will be assisted, you are going to the hospital, or you are going to see the doctor. But on a normal everyday life, at the beach, at the supermarket, at the mall, you do not need your passport. Keep your passport safe. Keep it safe at home, because when you are in a foreign country, passport is the most important document you need. You need to have your passport ready. In case there's something, in case you need to go out or something, you have to have your passport. So don't carry it around the island. There is no need. Nobody will ask you in a bus to see your passport, okay? And then what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Mistake 6. Mistake 6, not sick. Was signing a long-term accommodation. Because I was desperate, I wanted to get my visa. The contact that I got from my university, she gave me a 1-year contract, and I did not contest that. I just signed the contract. I was excited about getting accommodation and also applying for my visa. And then when I arrived in Mauritius, I did not like what I saw. I did not like the accommodation. The house was nice, but the location, I was just not comfortable with the location. And within a couple of months, I moved out of the house. But I had a 1-year contract that I signed. So she didn't give me my deposit. She didn't give me, I had paid for some months ahead. So she didn't refund me that money. I lost money, but I had to move because I couldn't stay another month there. So in your case, try to sign a short-term contract, maybe 3 months, so that when you get here, if you don't like the location, if you don't like the accommodation, you are able to switch without you losing money, okay? And then next one is that I did not roam my SIM card before leaving my country. That's something that I did not think about. I thought, okay, I'm going for 4 years. Sure, I don't need my SIM card. I'll get a new SIM card. Yeah, which is true. You will get a new SIM card. But what I did not anticipate was the OTPs. You know, your bank sends you OTP, and also if your email or your social media, you will need OTP. They send it by text. I had a big issue with that. I could not receive OTP, and that was a big problem for me. My SIM card was inactive. I was not able to receive OTP, so I had to contact my bank to switch to email OTP, which was good because I was able to get assistance in terms of that. So I think you need to roam your SIM card just for a short period of time until you are here, and you change your numbers to the local numbers for your social media, for your email, for your bank, whatever it is. Just roam your SIM card so that when you are here, you are not cut off from your country communication. You can always switch after you have settled. And then the next mistake, the 8th mistake I made, was not to bring food from back home, which is related to the lack of research. I did not research Mauritius, so I did not know what kind of food they eat. Had I researched, I would have packed my local food, and I would have eaten my food for the first couple of months while I adjust to the food here. So I did not pack any local food, and that made it very difficult to adjust. So in your case, if you can pack a little bit of food from your country, check what is allowed what you're allowed to have in your bag. Pack a little bit, and then you can eat your country food while you adjust to the local Mauritian cuisine. There is maize meal. You can find maize meal, but it's not in every supermarket. Like, for example, you will find maize meal at Bagatelle. There's Food Lovers there in Bagatelle Mall. You will find, but you will not find it in other areas. So if you bring your own, you won't need to you won't need to go through the hassle of finding a supermarket that sells maize meal. That is just an example, okay? And then the 9th mistake is that I did not network. I kept it to myself, especially during the first year of my PhD, which made it very difficult. It was very lonely. 2023 was very lonely for me because I did not have friends. The friends that I made, they were doing masters and at the end of their program, so they left the island after they completed their studies. So I was alone, and it was a very difficult year for me. You know, with PhD, I didn't have classes. I understand nowadays there are classes. I think I didn't have any classes, so that meant I did self-independent work. I worked independently. I worked alone. I only went to the university to meet my supervisors or if there's a special event to attend. But otherwise, I kept to myself. I did not network enough. That is not good. That is a big mistake. When you come here, try to network as much as possible. Even if you are doing a PhD, find organizations that you can be involved in, meet people, and network. I think it will be good for you, for your opportunities. If you are doing masters, I think it's better you can attend classes in the evening. Even for PhD, I understand there are some classes. Try to attend those classes so that you can network and make friends. Or attend a church. I went to a church. I was part of a church community at least. So be a part of something so that you are not isolated, so that you are not alone. This is an island already. It's isolated, and if you isolate yourself even more, that is going to be difficult, and that can eventually affect your mental health. Okay, and then the last one. It's also related to the previous one. I spent too much time indoors during my earlier years, and I did not explore Mauritius. I did not explore a lot. I was so much into my apartment. I spent a lot of time in my apartment. I would go to the beach, of course, but I did not explore a lot. So when you come here, please try to explore as much as possible. The island is very small. You can take a bus from the north and come to the west and see the west. It doesn't cost that much. Of course, some things are expensive, but you can take a bus, move from Port Louis, go to the north or go to the west and explore. Do some things that are affordable to students. Some historical areas do have discounts for students. I think for residences, use those opportunities to explore. Go to the beach. Of course, the beach is free. Go to the beach. Just explore. Don't be confined in one area. Don't just be in your apartment or in your house without exploring, especially for PhD. For masters, I think it's different, because you have classes. You go to classes and meet your classmates, and they may organize some things for you to attend together. But for PhD, you mostly be alone, but try as much as possible to explore and see Mauritius. It's a beautiful island. There are lots of beautiful things that you can do. If you are an aqua person, if you're a water person, I think you'll find it enjoyable. You will do a lot of things here if you are a water person. Yeah, so basically those are the mistakes that I wanted to share, and I hope that you don't repeat the same mistakes that I made, okay? And I hope you enjoy your stay in Mauritius. Bye.